A comment I received on my last video made me realize why YouTube feels so uncomfortable for a lot of people. And it's not the reason most people think. There are a lot of skills you need to learn or you need to have in order to be successful on YouTube. You need to learn how to edit videos. You need to learn how to operate a camera, frame rates, resolution, how to edit those videos, how to talk to the camera. Right? There's a lot of skills. And then on the YouTube side of it, how to upload videos, how to create titles, how to create thumbnails, all the stuff. There's a ton of skills you need to know in order to be successful on YouTube. Actually, a big one is coming up with ideas. Like, what should be your next idea? How often should you make videos? How often should you post? What time of day should you post? Should you post during the weekdays or on weekends? There's a lot of questions, and a lot of people get tripped up with a lot of that. Now, some people think, well, that's just too much. I can't learn all that stuff. I'm not good with computers. And to them, I'll say, you can learn all that stuff. I know it seems like it's harder the older we get, to learn new skills. But if you have an interest in it, it becomes so much easier to learn, right? So there are a lot of skills you need to know. But that's not why people feel so uncomfortable with YouTube. I've come to realize, and this comment kind of opened my eyes. See, those skills can all be learned. Talking to the camera, you don't need to have a background in TV in order to be comfortable talking on camera. If you do have that background, then perhaps it would be easier for you starting off, but it's something you can learn. I did not know how to talk to the camera comfortably a year and a half ago. Right? I'm self-taught. You can acquire all those skills. You can learn them. You can learn them all on YouTube, actually, and not even just my channel. I mean, there's all kinds of channels out there that'll teach you everything you need to know to be successful on YouTube. This is actually the perfect time for me to mention Nexus clips and how I use them to buy back my time. If you're already learning YouTube, how to make thumbnails, how to talk to the camera, how to upload your videos, and everything that goes along with that, and then you're told you also need to make shorts and upload them to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Reels, that could take a ton of time. Time you probably don't have. That's exactly why I use Nexus Clips. In just a few minutes, Nexus Clips will take my long form videos and automatically go through them, finding the best moments, and automatically create shorts with captions already in place. I call them shorts, but you can upload them to YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram as Reels. It's short form content. What used to take a whole bunch of extra time now takes just mere minutes, and I can continue focusing on my long form content. If time is one of your biggest roadblocks, use Nexus Clips and buy some of that time back. I think the problem is rooted in the way most of us have grown up. And that is, from a very young age, we've gone to school, okay? You go to school, and then after school, you'll get a job, or maybe you get a job before you graduate, but you know what I mean? Then you'll get a full-time job. Maybe you go to university, and then you get a job, you have a boss, okay? All of those levels, in all of those levels, you're told what to do, and you're scored. Basically, like if you think of school, right, you'll be given assignments or homework. The teacher will tell you what to do, and you'll go home and you'll do it. Or in class, they'll tell you what to do and you'll do it. And then you will get graded on that, right? You'll get marks for your classes. You know, you'll get an A if you did well, or 95% if your school does percentages of not letter grades, whatever. Or you can get an F if you don't do well, you'll fail. But basically, you're told what to do, you do it, you're scored on it, and the idea is you'll learn from those scores, okay? So, you know, if you get a mark that is not acceptable to you, you'll work harder at improving your marks next time. Same thing when you have a boss, right? When you have a boss, you've got a job, your boss tells you what to do, you do it. You do it the way they want you to do it, when they want you to do it, right? They'll give you hours. You got to start at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever. And this is what you're going to do, and you got to be here till 5 p.m., 6 p.m., whatever, right? The point is, you're given instructions and you're told what to do. And even with jobs, you'll probably have some kind of a review every once in a while, how you're doing. Maybe you'll get a bonus at year's end if you've done well. And if you don't do well, you could get fired. So it's almost ingrained in us to do what we're supposed to do what is being told of us to do, so that we can keep our job, so that we can get good grades, right? We need to please the boss. or please the teachers, please our parents even, right? So that's what I think it's all rooted in. But the thing about YouTube is YouTube rewards people for acting without permission, all right? Doing your own thing. Nobody's going to tell you when to post your videos. Nobody's going to tell you what to make your videos about. Nobody's going to tell you how to film your videos, what time to post them, you know, what follow-up videos to make, how to answer comments. Like, all these things are things you're going to need to decide, you know, how to do, when to do them, and you're going to need to decide that by yourself. So this commenter pointed this out to me, and he basically said, it's not that, you know, you have to have certain skills, and it's not that you're necessarily born with them, because you can learn a lot of the technical skills, but it's I guess it's the ability or the desire or the comfortableness of making your own decisions and deciding what to do and how to do it on your own, without anybody telling you. That's where parallels can be drawn between YouTube and running your own business, right? Where you don't have a boss, where you are the boss. You have to make the decisions. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. And this guy pointed this out to me in this video, and I guess I never really thought of it that way. I mean, I always thought about it in terms of running your own business. YouTube is like running your own business. It totally is. But the thing is, the evidence I'm getting to support this thought, I guess, or this comment, is in the questions that I get in my comments. I get a lot of questions along the lines of, you know, I've got 100 subs, I've got 50 videos made, and when I come out with videos, I'm only getting, you know, 10 views. Why? What's the problem? What do I have to do to get my views up? Should I be posting videos later in the day? Should I be posting more often than once a week or once a month or 3 times a week, right? These questions that people ask me, and I completely understand them. Like, I understand, like, you know, perhaps you're not seeing the results that you want, and you're just looking for some guidance, some help. You're looking for somebody to tell you what to do. and I can answer questions, but you may have noticed, if you've read the comments in a lot of my videos, you may notice that a lot of times my answers are kind of vague. and that's not because I don't know the answer. Well, no, I guess it is because I don't know the answer. I don't necessarily know the answers if I were to ask those questions. Like, when should I post? I don't really know. And because I don't know, I'm just going to try something, right? I'm going to try to post in the morning. This video is now Monday morning, and I was hoping to get this video out today. It won't go out today. It's probably going out tomorrow. But I know, or I shouldn't say I know, I've kind of learned that my Monday videos do better than Tuesday videos. You know, morning videos tend to do better than evening videos for me. The only way I've learned that is by doing it. And I'm not saying that's what you need to do, like post on Mondays and not Tuesdays, because that's going to be different for everybody. That works for me. It might have something to do with the content that I make. It might have something to do with the people who watch my videos and when they're available to watch the videos. And it might not have anything to do with any of those things at all. It might have more to do with the content that I came out on Mondays being something people would rather watch than the content I put out on Tuesdays, right? Like, there's, I guess I was going to say there's no way to know, but there's a way to test it. You just got to keep trying new things. What makes a good title? Well, I mean, there's some rules of thumb you can follow, but at the end of the day, you just have to try something. And if that doesn't work, don't go back and change the title of a video where the title didn't work so well. Just leave that. That video's done. You need to make another video, because the more videos you make, the better you're going to get at making them. So try a new way to title your video with your next video, right? Try something new. If you didn't get a whole lot of views, then Maybe try to make a different type of video, right? Like change it up. Don't make the same kind of video all the time. How does that saying go? If you keep trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity, I think. Definition of insanity. Yeah, if you keep getting bad results, change something up. The type of video, when you post, how often you post, right? The content, like get in the habit of asking people to comment in your videos. Like ask them to comment below. What do you think of this video? Comment below and let me know. Like that. That's what you should be doing because you want to build community as well. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. Yeah, so I guess that just kind of reinforces what I've said before, in that YouTube is a lot like running your own business. You've got to make the decisions. No one can tell you what's going to work and what's not going to work. And there's no feedback loop there. Like if you make a video, YouTube's not going to say, that's not a very good video. They're not going to come out and tell you that. I mean, there is some feedback in the sense that you can check your analytics and see what's up, like how many views you're getting and your click-through rate and stuff like that. And you can learn things from your analytics. But nobody is going to be there to tell you exactly what to do. There's no instruction book. You're on your own. You're on your own. I mean, you can ask questions to people like myself and you know, your peers, other people that you might meet in the creator world economy, and that might help. But at the end of the day, the decision's yours. Like this is your thing. You do it the way you want to do it. And if you want to try to get better results, then it's up to you to try to make that happen by trying new things. Not just random things. Like try to put some thought into it. Like why do you think trying it this other way might be better? Right? Like think that way. And I guess I didn't realize it, but maybe it's the fact that I've been on my own for over 20 years. When I say on my own, I mean work-wise. Like I haven't had a boss in over 20 years. I left the corporate world back in 2002. And I've been a freelancer. I've run my own hosting business. I've been a video editing freelancer. I've done my own thing for over 20 years. And so I guess that's 20 years of me being used to people not telling me what to do for work. So that can be a hard thing. So I'm saying all this. Well, what's the solution? If you're like that, if you need people to tell you what to do, what's the solution? You just have to try. You just have to try. I mean, it's okay to be uncomfortable. Okay, it's okay if you feel that way. It's normal. And I think understanding that is the first step in finding a solution to it, right? Understanding why you're feeling uncomfortable. Now maybe you don't have the skill set and you need to learn how to edit videos and you need to learn how to talk to the camera better. All that I understand, but what I'm saying is you can learn all that as long as you do it. You just have to practice and do it. Like turn your phone on, press record, talk to your phone, and just do it. And get yourself a video editing program and edit a short 2-minute video. Like when I say edit, like learn how to make cuts, how to add music and whatever else you want to do, right? Start simple. Try to have fun with it. Like, again, you can have fun while being uncomfortable, I think. I think that's just natural. I mean, I think being uncomfortable is natural if you're not used to doing this. Anyways, I'm rambling now. My name is Rob. If you're new here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, welcome back. And thanks for watching. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.